Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 7 of social media marketing. This week, we are going to be focusing on goals and strategies specific to our social media marketing plan. Now, I'm going to go ahead and warn you when you pull up this module, this week may look a little bit intimidating, a little bit overwhelming because there is a lot of information on a lot of related but different topics. I just want to tell you, this is a beginner course. We're sort of dipping our toe into the basic level of a lot of things related to marketing. So take your time with this. Don't stress out about it. You know how my quizzes work. You can pull up the modules. So even if you can't really retain all this information just as you're reading through, just start to absorb it. Let it sink in. Make sure you have your references there for the quiz and for the assignment, and we can start learning this by doing it. In this module, you're going to learn about some specific goals of social media marketing and different ways to work toward those goals. One thing you're going to learn about specifically, you're going to learn about SMART goals. Now, SMART is like SWOT. It's another one of those acronyms. Marketing people like acronyms that you're going to see come up in future business courses and future marketing courses. It's a reminder that you need to set goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And time-bound means that you have a breaking off point at which you can go back and assess and see whether you're making progress if you are working towards your goal. So you're going to see that come up a lot. So go ahead and start putting that one in your mind with SWOT. It's something that you will need to know in further marketing courses. It will help you make goals that are well thought out if you keep those 5 boxes in mind, that any good goal needs to check off those 5 boxes. You are also going to learn about KPIs, which is key performance indicators. These are measurable values that tell you how close you are to achieving your goal. And you're going to learn a little bit about how you can use social media analytics to help you measure where you are in achieving your goals based on those KPIs. Now, you're also going to learn about social media vanity numbers. Those are related to things like followers, likes, shares, all those things we do when we're going through social media, comments. All of those things are good to have. It's important. It does increase your reach, but you need to have a way to track whether or not all of those vanity numbers are actually transitioning over into an increased number in sales, an increased number of paying customers. You know, it's great if everybody thinks you're funny, but if they're not buying your product because you're funny, then it's still not successful marketing. So you've got to have a way to keep tabs on that. We're going to talk about lead magnets. Now, you are familiar with this whether you realize it or not. That is that sneaky way that Facebook advertisers have of getting us to give them our contact information. How many times have you entered your email because you wanted to look further at something else, or you wanted something that they were offering? And it is in a way sneaky, but it's very important because you need to have a way to contact potential customers. If someone expresses some sort of interest in your business on some sort of social media platform, then you need to have a way to reach out to them to try to draw them in. Now, you're also going to learn about organic versus inorganic content. And I don't know who named it that way, because it's just a fancy way of asking, are you paying for this or not? Because almost every platform, possibly every platform, has the ability for you to go in and pay for advertising, and they will push your post to the top. They will expand the reach of your post. But again, do not just necessarily assume that that is absolutely the way you need to go, because further reach doesn't mean anything if it doesn't translate into increased profit. Believe it or not, there really are pros and cons to both organic and inorganic content. People are sometimes more likely to view your inorganic content because it just looks like a normal post. Some people are trying to avoid advertising. There is no right or wrong decision on that topic. You just have to make intentional decisions, carefully thought out, using your SMART goals based on what is best for the future of your company. Now, you're going to probably notice that you have another quiz already this week, and we just had one last week. But that is for two reasons. Number one, there is a lot of material in this module, and I'm going to go ahead and quiz you on it while it's fresh in your mind. Number two, your midterm is next week, and I did not want you to have a quiz on top of your midterm. Now, you have another Word document survey to fill out as an assignment. I know there's starting to feel like there's a lot of that, but I promise you are building tools that are really going to help you when we start to create content after the midterm. Now, as with previous assignments of this sort, you really can't get it wrong. There's not a wrong answer, but you need to make sure that you give a thorough, thought out answer to each question. Your midterm, again, will be next week. Make sure you know all the answers to all the quizzes we have had thus far. The quiz part of the midterm is going to be made up exclusively of questions you have already been asked. There is also going to be a marketing plan element to the midterm, but don't stress yourself about that either. If you have carefully done the work up to now, then it should not be a very time-consuming thing for you to complete. So that's where we are this week. If you need help, as always, you can reach out. I'm here and happy to help you. Good luck with everything this week, and I will see you in week 8.